So I may or may not have been called up to a national team over the weekend. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All these haters thought I couldn't do it. Hello, Twitch. Hello, YouTube. Welcome to the stream. Am I what? Am I what? Say it to my face. Am I what? Taking his sweet time. Sorry, look, it's been a while. All right, I hadn't streamed in more than a week. I had to get everything together. I had to organize everything. I was nervous. You guys make me nervous, you know? I'm you. I'm me. Yeah, and you wish, bruv, you wish that you could be like me, bro. You know? Streamer captaining the Marshall Islands in 2030? Yeah, according to the Marshallese consulate, I just need a Marshallese wife. She was trying to set me up, you know? She was trying to set me up. Face reveal? Fine. I mean, if you want a face reveal, I can show face. I can show toes, too. I'm just kidding. Oh, dude. I'm kind of surprised the stream didn't shut off there. Because I just kicked the hell out of my... streaming computer. Yeah. We could show some toes, chat. You know what I'm saying? 10 out of crazy face card. Dude, I know. I should have warned you. That was my bad. Welcome to the stream! We've got FM26 news. This is the first time starting the stream in like 2 years. With like new Football Manager news. That's actually real. Obviously, all that stuff around FM25 was not real. So, we didn't need that. Thank you guys for the subs on Twitch, by the way. Thanks for supporting the stream. Wolfie with the 4 months. Max with the 20 months. Bad Chemicals with the 9 months. Fishik, thank you for the 17 months. Knopfler, thank you for the 57 months, brother. Jamie, thank you so much for the Prime. Time Intensive, thank you so much for the 15 months. FM Guy, name checks out. Thank you for the Tier 1. Cheese Hero, thank you for the 2 months. Sir Pleus with a fat 58 months. Got me to start Open League, accept my offers. No, I haven't, dude, though I didn't pay attention to my Open League team the entire time I was in Arkansas. I think I've fallen off. Dark Heist, thank you for the 56 months. Patty, thank you for the 46 months. Soccer, thank you for the 9 months. Cretters, thank you for the 11. Thank you guys for supporting the stream. I'm sorry if you're watching on Zealand Live. I don't think I have... I don't think I have any way for you to like subscribe or do memberships or anything. If you are watching on Zealand Live. Yeah. Also, my multi-chat's been a little weird and annoying today. I did have you guys on Zealand Live for a while, but all of a sudden you're gone again. My apologies. FM26 is not good. Look, I expected Football Manager, like, I expected Football Manager to come out in 2030. So the fact that they're apparently going to do 2026 is great. That's great news. That's amazing news. Hey, Shoots, thank you for the 15 months. Everest, thank you for the 27 months. Momo, thank you for the 18 months. Derlogi, thank you for the 24 months. I appreciate it. Are we talking about Europa Universalis 5? Oh, yes. Do I read Zealand Live YouTube comments? Yes, I can see it again. The multi-chat was just being weird today. I'm very new to streaming it also to YouTube, but I think I got it working again. I just had to refresh it. So if it ever feels like I'm ignoring you, it's like if you're on Zealand Live, it's probably just because I can't see it. What's the news? They released a trailer. Gura, do you live under a rock? They dropped a trailer for FM26 while I was in Arkansas. Which, who wants to hear about Arkansas? Hold on. If you're on Twitch, I need to, there's some certain music I need to throw on that I was listening to while I was in Arkansas. There we go. Okay, so we got to go to Arkansas for the first ever national team game of the Marshall Islands, because the biggest Marshallese community outside of the Marshall Islands is in Northwest Arkansas, which I realize Northwest Arkansas sounds like an area full of nothing, right? Northwest Arkansas sounds like an area full of nothing. There's actually a lot of people there. The headquarters for Walmart and Tyson Chicken, which is like one of the 3 chicken companies it feels like in the entire world, are both in Northwest Arkansas. There's a couple 100,000 people there in a couple of towns, Fayetteville, Springdale, Rogers, and Bentonville. All of those have a population between like 50 to 100 or something. The trailer was a week ago. I haven't streamed in a week. Allah, you're supposed to be all-knowing. I haven't streamed yet. Anyways, I spent my dollar on beer. Okay, anyways. We went to Arkansas. I got to spend an entire week with the Marshallese national team. And let me tell you, chat, it was spectacular. It was amazing. This was clear. It's not clickbait to me. I haven't reacted to it. What even is the Zealand Live title? Because it's the YouTube frogs that are upset about it. Hold on. Oh, FM26 news, finally? Fine, I'll put reaction to trailer in the title. I don't want to mislead folks, you know? All right, reaction to trailer. There you go. Thought there was some news, bro. You take what you can get, bro. Told you it's clickbait. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, dude. I don't know what to tell you. On a YouTube live stream that I make virtually $0 off of, I baited you. I baited you. I baited you specifically into the stream that I make no money off of. Except for the super chat from Mike Hetty. Thank you for the $6.74 super chat. Can you tell Zealandism to grow a mustache so we can tell the two of you apart? That might be a good idea. I hate you for baiting me. You're right. I'm sorry. You're right. I did it. I did it to Twitch too. They're just so used to it that they have Stockholm syndrome. They're not even doing anything. Paco, thank you for the 26 months. Hanky, thank you for the 18 months. Scott, thank you for the 49 months. Danny, thank you for the 21 months. Ben, thank you for the 22 months. Thank you guys for supporting the stream. Yeah, just like, boo! Yeah, you got it. So, I spent a whole week with the Marshallese national team. There were, and this is going to blow your mind probably, there were like 5 or 6 guys on the national team, and I want you to really pay attention to what I'm about to say, that had never, ever, not once, played an 11v11 match before they got to the national team camp. Ever. They'd never played an 11-on-11 match before they got to the camp. A guy from my college got on the team. Oh, I probably know him. Who was it, J-Man? So in the Marshall Islands, there is not an 11v11 soccer pitch in the entire country. There is the National Olympic Stadium in Majuro, but the Olympic Committee still hasn't given them approval to play soccer on it. And so they run futsal tournaments throughout the year. So the guys that made the national team from the islands themselves are just the best futsal players from the islands. I would be the star player. Wouldn't go that far. There are some legit ballers on the team. Lies? No, I mean that is the truth. That is the objective truth. The guys that were from Majuro specifically, the guys that are from Quadj are like the white guys. There's a couple of islands, right, in Marshall Islands. There's Majuro, which is the capital of the Marshall Islands. It's the big city. And then there's Quadj, which is the U.S. military base. And Quadj is where you're going to get like your white 35-year-old dudes that are military contractors that played soccer in the United States and then live there now. Yeah. Futsal skills translate well. They do. Lucas Shriver. Oh yeah, dude. Lucas is great. Lucas actually recognized me when I got there. Lucas, so you go to, where does he go? Lucas goes to Wheaton College, west of Chicago, if I remember right. Yeah, I hung out with Lucas a lot. Lucas started. Lucas was the starting left back for the first ever national team that they put out. Where is the Marshall Islands? That's a good question. So the Marshall Islands is over here. Let me, I'm pulling it up right now. All right, hold on. I'm going to accidentally dox myself because Google Maps always starts like zoomed in on your general location. Hate that. Because I also have like a bunch of Google Maps like flags and stuff for restaurants. Okay, so Marshall Islands is in Micronesia, not Polynesia. I have been educated that there is a difference. It's somewhere over here. There it is. So this is where the Micronesians live, okay? Like in here. Micronesia, Marshall Islands, Nauru, Kiribati apparently is part of Micronesia, where the Polynesians live in Fiji, Samoa, Tonga, Tokelau. I don't know which one Tuvalu counts as. And then the Melanesians are like Solomon Islands, Vanuatu, New Caledonia. They're not all Polynesian. There's 3 different types. Like 3 different ethnicities that all hate each other because that's the way the world works. But Marshall Islands is here. The Marshall Islands, I interviewed the consulate. I interviewed the general consulate of the Marshall Islands, okay? Sorry, we're listening to country music because this all happened in Arkansas. I interviewed the general consulate of the Marshall Islands in Springdale. And the way she worded it is, we're a big ocean country and a small land country. And I was like, yeah, that tracks. Okay, let's see. So this is Quaj. This is, like, look at how little land is here. So this is Quaj. This is like where a lot of the team was from. This is the airfield. It's a military base. It's a U.S. military installation. Everybody in Quaj lives up here. The rest of this is like military stuff. This is eBay. Or eBay. I heard it pronounced both ways. A lot of people live in eBay. Like 20,000 people live in eBay. Now, eBay and Quaj obviously are right next to each other. But they're not near the capital, which is where the blue blazes is Majuro. Where in the blue blazes is Majuro? Because that's where like 20,000, 25,000 people live. And then all these other islands, there's like some people. Most of the atolls have at least a couple hundred people on it. Where the heck is Majuro, dude? Is it here? Or is Quaj like at the bottom of this? Oh, this is where they did the nuclear testing. Bikini Atoll is where they did the nuclear testing, so you cannot go there unless you want to have like kids with 5 hands or something. No, that island, Kwajalein, only has about 2,000 people on it. This island, Ebi, has like 15 to 20. And a lot of these other islands have like 500 to 1,000. But what's crazy is they'll be like, if you look at the map or something, they'll be like, oh yeah, Ujay, right? Like the Ujay Atoll. They're like, oh, like 400 people live over there. It takes like 2 days in a boat to get there. It's so far away. We'll be like, oh yeah, the people at Ujay. Nobody really talks to them. Like they're just, you know, like if you gotta get in a plane, you know, and go all the way over there. Where there are basically 3 epicenters, and then like all of the country bumpkin people nobody cares about. The 3 epicenters are Kwajalein, which has 2,000 people or so, and is a U.S. military base. So this is where you get your broad selection of your cut a nice slice of your average white American. Ebi is, and it has been described to be multiple times as the hood. So if Ebi is the rough neighborhood, and then I can't find Majuro. I can't even find it in the ocean. There it is. So that's Majuro. This is the big city. Arno, there's people that live in Arno too. So this is on the country. This song's like, it's not vibey enough. It's a good song. That's not country enough. That's definitely country enough. So Majuro's here. Okay. So this is Majuro. Like 20,000 people live on this. Look at how thin this is, bro. Look at how thin it is. Where do they fit like 25,000 people on this island, dude? There were like 4 or 5, I think it was 5 players on the national team that are from Majuro. They live here somewhere. There's the stadium. Where is the stadium? Well, that's not the stadium. There's a national track and field stadium somewhere on here. I'm trying to find it. But this is where the Marshall Islands is. This is what the Marshall Islands is, right? So the national team that I was watching is the national team of these islands, right? It is out in the middle of nowhere. You have Quads, you have Ebi, and you have Majuro for a grand total of a population somewhere between 35 to 50,000 people, right? So this is basically the Faroe Islands in the Pacific, okay? Now, the advantage the Marshall Islands has is that for some ungodly reason, here in Arkansas, northwest Arkansas, right next to Oklahoma and Missouri and Kansas, there are like legitimately 20 to 30,000 Marshallese people in this area. We're talking about where I was for the last week, which was here. I was here for the last week filming a documentary about the Marshall Islands national team. But why? Great question. Why are there so many Marshallese people in northwest Arkansas? Tyson Chicken. Tyson Chicken hired a couple of Marshallese people, and then everybody was like, oh, there's a few Marshallese people there. We'll just move there. And all of a sudden, it just became like a hub for Marshallese people. Tyson Chicken hired a few Marshallese people, and they were like, yo, we're going to dive in. So I spent all my time in Springdale. There's Rogers, and there's Fayetteville. Yeah, so Tyson Chicken is like a chicken factory. Now, the Marshall Islands also has a lot of people in the U.S. that aren't there. Salem, Oregon, down here, a lot of Marshallese people here. There's like Marshallese grocery stores, Marshallese churches. So for a country of 35 to 50,000 people, it has a really big diaspora in the United States, like pockets of 5 to 20,000 people in a couple of different towns. And as a result, the majority of this national team that we were hanging out with, as a result of that, they built the national team from kids that were born and raised in the U.S. but are Marshallese, basically. So, like, you had 1, 2, 3, 4 guys from Kwajalein. You had 4 guys from Majuro, and then you had like 12, 13 Americans. Marshallese, like, they're FIFA eligible to play for the national team. They're FIFA eligible to play for the national team, but I'm referencing the thing from a week ago. I just haven't had the opportunity to react to it yet. So that's why I was in northwest Arkansas. And I'm not lying, dude. Like, the guys from Majuro obviously didn't really know where to be on the field. The guys from Quaj were a little rough, right? They were kind of just athletes. Or there was like one kid who was in high school on Quaj, and one kid that had just graduated high school on Quaj. But they're both born and raised in the Marshall Islands, and so now we need Nauru. Nauru's played a match, but I don't think they've played like a full. I don't know. Marshall Islands was the last nation in the UN to have never played like a match before. Dude, the politics around being registered for them, it's brutal. The politics in the Pacific are so weird. I was learning a lot about them. I was learning a lot. They're so bizarre. Yeah, this is a solid field. They could put a national team stadium in here. They could put a national team stadium in here. This is where they do their, like, they call it the micro games, the, like, Micronesian Olympics, basically. How'd I get to be a part of the camp? I mean, I knew that I'd known the guys for years. But the funny thing, this is where things got beyond weird, all right? Is after the first game, the starting goalkeeper for the Marshall Islands took a knock. He wasn't out, but he was sore. And the next game was going to be played at 1 p.m. in Arkansas, which is diabolical. Like, it was so hot that one of the players on the Marshall Islands national team got measurable medical burns on the bottom of his feet because of how much the turf, we were playing on turf, heated up his shoes. He burned his feet playing in the game. He burned the bottom of his feet playing in the game. Got like actual burns in the bottom of his feet because the turf was heated up so much that it was just actually cooking. One of the players subbed out of the game just so he could take his shoes off. Now, the reason that I bring that up also is because I got a text from the Marshallese national team. These were not FIFA-sanctioned matches. These were a couple of friendlies between the Marshall Islands national team and Turks and Caicos and U.S. Virgin Islands. That's what was happening. Tommy, thank you for the 33 months, brother. Yeah. Appreciate it. And they sent me a text the day before. They were like, we're worried that we might run out of goalkeepers in this game. And basically, he was just like, would you want to play? And I was like, hell yeah, I want to play. So I got my official pictures taken for the Marshall Islands national team. I got my official kit, my official warm-ups, my official travel gear. I spent the entire day as a member of the team as the emergency third goalkeeper in a national team match. I went through the entire warm-up. I was on the bench for the entire game, and I was on the bench for the Marshall Islands' first ever international goal. I didn't play. I didn't get a cap for the Marshall Islands, but I was there. It was so cool. Let me see if you can see me. I'm going to see if I can find myself. But like, if you look up the celebration of the goal, so we were losing 2-0 to Turks and Caicos.
Feeling able to open up.
Hold on.
Blanton laying it off along the left. Back it goes. Josiah Blanton could be in. A moment of Marshallese magic.
That's me.
At long last, a goal for the Marshall Islands. A goal for all the Marshall Islands. And it's 2-1 in the 27th minute.
Yeah, that was all me, really. I mean, Josiah made it. This is actually a sexy little play. Watch this play. See, these guys are actually good. I mean, like if you think you could just walk into the team, you probably couldn't. Like, look at this little 1-2 they play here. Lay off. Look at this cheeky pass. The chest, the volley. That's a good goal. That's a good goal. That's subjectively a good goal. Oh, this angle, you'll probably see me more as long as this thing isn't blocking it. It definitely is. Is there a way to find this video without a giant... Oh, yeah, here we go. There's Zealand. Yeah, in the dog pile. So, I mean, I got to be on the bench. I got to represent the Marshall Islands. I got to high five, like, some Marshallese children, you know, that were really excited. I hate that field. I mean, it's just an American football field. It was a high school stadium. Granted, that high school stadium seats 6,000. I was the Marshallese third choice keeper for one match, which means I am a international football. You're not. Okay. And you're not. All right. I'm an international football. I don't mean. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, they'd known me for a couple of years. We'd filmed a video with me training with the team for a day, so they knew that I could handle myself in goal. I knew all the players, so it wasn't like they were introducing something new, and they felt like they needed a third goalkeeper on the bench for the second game, so it was an honor. It was an honor. I was Marshallese for that. Here, I'll go get my kit. I'll go get my kit, okay? I have it. Hold on. This right here, chat, is the only Zealand Marshall. Look at the Zealand Marshall Islands match-worn kit. Right there. Ain't that so? That is so cool, dude. It's clean. That's clean. Also, I was given, as part of it, a traditional woven Marshallese necklace. So this is like seashells and then more seashells. And it's woven in with like, I think it's whatever it is, like palm fronds that they kind of dry out and then strip. Or like maybe coconut leaves or something. And so I rocked up to the game, sunglasses on, you know. I've got my drip on. Also, what's going to really blow your mind is apparently the Marshallese also invented the bolo tie. Because check this out. What? The Marshallese invented the bolo tie, dude. It slides. So you can rock up like this, you know. You got your Marshallese necklace on that I got from the consulate general. She was very, very nice. Yeah, so I was on the Marshall Islands national team for one day. Maybe the biggest, most important news as we pivot to the football manager stuff. Maybe the biggest, most important news to come from that is that I filled out information to potentially be on Transfermarkt and in Football Manager. They passed around, dude. They passed around this like sheet to sign on information for Football Manager and Transfermarkt. And I just signed both of them. I'm just on both of them, dude. So I hope that they take that and digest it, and I'm listed as a Marshallese national team goalkeeper. That is my hope. That would be an honor. It would be amazing. It would be hilarious. That should be the next Saves Marshall Islands. Yeah, maybe. No, I mean, they're going to start a league on the island next year. Yeah, I mean, part of it was kind of like, I wanted to make sure, like, the spotlight wasn't too on me. I mean, because we're doing things like, even if it was 100 degrees for the second game, the first game was bumping. There was, like, 1,500 people there, Marshallese people, and it was awesome. The second game is probably, like, a little less than 1,000 because it was so scalding hot. But I'm, like, walking towards the stands, like, applauding the Marshallese fans, you know. Part of that was a bit of a bizarre feeling in the first place. But yeah, if I could get into Football Manager, that'd be really cool. That would be really neat. As a Marshallese national team player. Wait, there's like also a Marshallese team picture. Not this. This, I'm looking like a complete creeper. This is me. I don't know what angle they decided to take. This is U.S. Virgin Islands. This is This is like some of Turks and Caicos. This is Marshall Islands. We're all just kind of all over the place. This is this dude's grandma. Like, I don't know what that picture was. There was another picture that was like the whole team that they literally put me right in the middle of just because of the color of my goalkeeper jersey, and I felt so bad about that. But the whole experience was really, really, really cool. Even though it's the Marshall Islands, right? I don't mean to say that in a disparaging way, but obviously it's a smaller country. You feel this weird pressure where I'm like, you see these videos of these people in the Marshall Islands watching the game on TV, right? Or they're sitting on the beach having a beer, watching the game or something. And I'm thinking like, okay, if I actually go on the field and I'm playing, I'm representing, like me and my damn bolo tie, right? I'm my Marshallese bolo tie. I just turned my headphones off somehow doing that. Okay. No, I felt that pressure, chat. I did. I felt that pressure. I was like a little scared. I hadn't been nervous. I hadn't been nervous in a sporting sense in a long time. I was going through the warm-up. Also, the turf. Dude, the turf was brutal. This was like 5 days ago, man. What is that? I've got him on both elbows and knees, man. No. No. Oh. Anyways. Sorry, chat. You ready to look at the Football Manager thing now? I was reminiscing. You ready to look at the Football Manager thing? That'd be great. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Showtime, baby! Shut up, music. That's only for the people on Twitch. Hi, YouTube. I love you too. Okay. This is the trailer. Well, I'm going to let this wash over me here. I'm going to let it just rain on down. Rain on down. Not all footage appears in game. All right, well, chill out, dude.
The wait has been long. The build-up impossible to ignore. So much.
Wait. Do you think that's actual crowd footage?
The build-up impossible to ignore.
Yeah, this is obviously real crowd footage, chat. Obviously real. Wait, was that Kane? Kane with the 60... Bro, my brother was asking about you the other day, Kane. I hope you're doing well. The build-up's been impossible. Dude said, what build-up? That's crazy. The build-up's been impossible to ignore. Bro, you haven't posted for 5 months. What build-up are you talking about? You haven't posted for 5 months. This footage is cropped. Oh, yeah, okay. So you telling me this is real. Here's what's crazy, though. Let me rewind. Let's start. That's not real. That's not real.
The wait has been long.
I think that's real. You know what I'm saying? I think that's real. I think this is in-match footage. Oh, read the bottom left. Oh. I'd rather guess. I would rather guess. Sue me. I mean, in a way, we could look at this as validation for how right I am. How right am I? I'm right. So this is actual game footage, not final. Look, just this shot. Do you realize how unbelievably good this is? This is, I mean, do you even remember what Football Manager looks like right now? I'm reading too much into it. How? This is insane. I'm not saying anything bad about the graphics. This is nuts. The grass is flat, one crisis at a time. Do you really want me to get the game delayed until 2030, chat? Do you? Nerd, thank you for the 32 months. Shogun, thank you for the 5 months. Are you doing another Sal Bernardo season? No, I'm not at this point. We're leaving that where it was. It was fun, but I think we got to where we wanted to get to, or we got to a point where we could. Name Guy, thank you for the 41 months. Joey, thank you for the 32. No Hezzy. Bonnie, thank you for the 47 months. Tommy Hill, thank you for the 33. Neum, thank you for the 10. FM God, thank you for the 4. Ollie, thank you for the 58 months. Dazza, thank you for the 61 months. Aces Move, thank you for the 27 months. Something New, thank you so much for the tier 1. Okay, I'm just telling you, even if the grass doesn't have great definition yet, right? The grass looks like, you know when you're walking through the zoo, you know when you're walking through the zoo, stop stalling. No, I hadn't thanked all those people that subbed. And you know what? You know what, Josh? No one's ever going to tell me that I'm not thankful for all of the subscriptions that I get. Because we love subscriptions. I got to spend a week in Northwest Arkansas because of subscriptions. Yeah. Nobody's ever going to catch me out saying I'm not thankful. Bro, I remember when I got 1 sub and I couldn't sleep for a week. I was so excited. I remember, I'm not even kidding. I remember when I had 50 followers on Twitch. Zealand Lord. Now I am stalling. I'm really just getting distracted. But this is a touching story that I want you to hear. I had 50 followers on Twitch. And I was, in college, senior year of college. A 4th year, because I went to the University of Virginia. We don't say senior. I was in my room. I think I was maybe laying in bed, maybe sitting on the couch with my girlfriend at the time. Lovely woman. We're still friends. And I was like, I can't really go to sleep. She was like, why? It's like, I'm just so excited to wake up to stream tomorrow. She was like, what do you mean? It's like, there are 50 people that have followed me and are looking forward to and waiting for me to go live. I was so excited by that. 50 followers. And I always try to, one of the bottle, thank you for the 10 gifted. And anytime. Stop the story, a woman no, we never touched. We just dated. But I was like Bubble Boy, there was no physical contact at all. Lash Bob. Thank you for checking, though. I appreciate it. Joey, thank you for the 5 gifted. One of the bottle with the fat 10. No, anytime I get sad or I'm like, man, that video didn't do well or that stream didn't do well or I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. I'm like, do you realize how badly back then that I wanted? I used to, for 6 months, for a year, I would start my stream and with a starting soon screen and nobody would be there. And then I would just go on camera and start talking. And I always was like, man, it would be the coolest thing ever if I was sitting there and there were people that showed up while that starting soon screen was on. And now, even like today, even after I'm gone for a week filming a documentary or whatever, I start the stream. And you guys are there. Holy yap. Yeah, I'm having a moment, football. Just let me have my thankfulness moment, all right? Greetings from Germany. You're the reason I got hooked on FM. I'm so sorry, Farrellland. It's just so cool. Like, I just love hanging out with y'all, you know? But it's always nice to remind yourself of, like, where it was. So, yes, I'm going to say thank you to everybody that subscribes. That's the point. Gadget, thank you for the 52. Max Noob, thank you for the 64 months. Yes. Okay. But, like, legitimately, I remember telling her, I was like, there are 50 people that have followed. It's a vivid memory for me. That was kind of when I knew that was what I wanted to do. I just didn't know how I was going to make it yet. But there was such a excitement there were 50 people that were excited to go watch me play. And I couldn't wait to, like, get on and talk to them and entertain them and whatever. And now it's just, it's at such a degree. It's at such an extent that you almost can't believe it anymore. Right? Even in Arkansas, dude. At the Marshall Islands game. It was the whole game. It was people like, are you Zealand? Oh, Zealand. Oh, what's up, dude? Love your stuff. Oh, I'm only here because you got me into, like, niche football things. I drove down from Kansas City 3 hours away. I didn't know you were going to be here. Right? Oh, love your... It was person after person. It was so cool. There was a guy... So there were 4 teams in the tournament, and we'll get back to this. I swear, I know there's some of you sitting there that are just like veins popping out of your forehead. Like, why has he not watched the rest of this yet? I get distracted very easily. I'm sorry. There was a guy I was filming, right? Because there was a scrimmage, right? The Marshallese national team scrimmaged Ozark United, which is a league, I think it's USL League One team that's going to start in 2 years. So right now it's just basically a U19 team that they're growing into their USL League One professional team that's going to be there. And they had only been together for a couple of weeks, like as a full team, and they were playing their friendly against the Marshall Islands as like a practice game. And the left back on Oxford United is super nice guy, right? And he makes a run down the left side, and I'm standing on the sideline. And as he's jogging back, he just looks at me and he goes, "You should run more." And it just keeps running away. And I was like, no way. The Ozark United left back was just like, "You should run more." Just dropped straight Zealandism lore while he was jogging back up the field. Absolutely clocked me. It was great. You know, the awkward thing is obviously I'm not Zealandism, but you guys know that at this point. But he thought I was, and you know, said that. But it was very surreal. He wasn't even the only guy on Ozark United that knew who I was. It's I don't even think I really process it when it happens to that extent. There were so many people that were there that knew who I was and wanted to talk for a while or take pictures or whatever. And it's just so, why? I don't even get it most of the time. But I appreciate it. It's very cool. I'm catching strays for Zealandism sins. Yeah, that's exactly. All right. So this is actual game footage. Was it worth, here's my question to you. Was it worth the wait? Was it worth the wait? Are we supposed to know? I mean, okay, extrapolate this out to what the graphics look like. Forget about the match engine. This is a massive graphical overhaul. Just extrapolating out from this. Here, let's watch the rest of this.
Impossible to ignore.
There has been no build-up.
So much.
I mean, look at that! chat? You're telling me when my Wonder Kids are walking out on the field, I'm going to get that shot, bro? This is a monster upgrade. Monstrous. There's shadows, there's like camera movement.
It's changed, but that feeling, it never left.
Look at this. Are we going to get somebody picking up the ball? Oh, look, dude, tell me we're going to get saucy high-def trophy lifts, too. I'm going to turn the music back on. I'll tell you what. YouTube one's longer? Oh, there's a longer one? Oh, I'm going. I'm so there. Oh, yeah. Maybe if I hadn't spelled it like a halal cart, it would have come up. Football. No, it's not. It's 31 seconds. There's a 5-minute video. Bro, Lelucho kills me every time. Dude's agility is unbelievable. Like, he's such a consistent YouTuber, I guess. 8 minutes, 15 seconds. 8 minutes is the monetizable minimum. Or like, you can put mid-roll ads in as long as the video's 8 minutes long. 8 minutes, 15 seconds. Set free Kurt? Bro, you're a little late. The league's been over for a while. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not surprised that, like, the guys have uploaded stuff kind of instantly. I don't know. It's just really funny. I need to make an 8 minute, no, just 8 minutes flat. I'll make an 8 minute video. Just straight 8 minute video. Can we watch it again on YouTube now? Yeah, sure. I'll mute the music. Oh, this is muted. Sorry. Hey, that's loud.
The wait has been long.
That's true.
The build-up impossible to ignore. So much has changed.
Oh, it was clipped. Oh, this is like more full. Oh, dude.
The wait has been long. The build-up impossible to ignore.
That's a hell of a shot.
So much has changed, but that feeling, it never left.
Oh, it looks even better. In the wide screen, bro. In the wide screen. No, I mean, you said don't talk trash about graphics, so there's nothing to talk trash about. There's nothing to talk trash about. That's great. Look, things that I find weird, okay? I find it bizarre that they would do this announcement and come out of nowhere if they didn't have a set date for the next thing, right? This whole coming soon, there's a lot of PTSD around that in this community, so maybe don't do that. Also, how do you want your name said? It's the DLE? Thank you, I don't know, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs, chat. It's the DLE. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Gimple the fish. I was like 8 minutes ago, dude. I didn't mean to air you at all. I appreciate it. Gimple, thank you for the 29 months. Chimera, thank you so much for the 3 months, brother. Thank you for the $2 super chat on YouTube. Cyber, I appreciate it. Well, that Zealandism was the edgelord, not Zealand. It's rubbing off. 5 gifted, 90 plus 6. Seriously. That's what was happening. You're a little too late to that, little bro. I'm not little. I am an above average sized human being. All right. I'm an international goalkeeper. All right. I can't be that little. Hate watchers are the worst. Yeah. Okay. Speaking of hate. Oh! 20 gifted in the 90 plus severs. Oh, 20 gifted subs. Brilliant from Toffee, man. He's tapped it into the back post. Sensational. I swear you'll never see anything like this ever again, so watch it. Drink it in. It's Toffee, man, giving 20 people the ad-free experience. It's unbelievable. They've got the bacon, the emotes, access to the subsection of the Discord. Never in doubt. Tarman, miss you too, dude. Thank you for the 29 months. Loki, thank you so much for the prime. Oh, what a goal by Toffee, man. As I was saying, thank you, sir. I am surprised. What am I surprised by? I don't even know. I'm surprised they. You're right. As I was saying, I'm surprised they didn't wait until they had a set date for this. If I were them, I would wait until I knew exactly when this stuff was coming out, and then I would have dropped the trailer. I think they just wanted they like eventually you just lose out, and you're like, I want to drop some visuals. So they said the first reveal is match day first look. I think that's just going to be more of this stuff. The way they've worded that is it's not like match engine or match play. It's match day experience. So I think the only first look we're going to get, like the thing they're advertising next, I think is just going to be this sort of stuff expanded. I think it's going to be like, what does your match day experience look like in the game and this and that? I think that's what we're going to get. But I am ecstatic with the way that this looks. I think it is, if we are able to expand how this looks out to the actual game itself, going to be a massive leap forward in terms of the experience. What happens in the subsection of the Discord? Well, I guess you just got to be there to find out. You know what I'm saying? I guess you just got to be there to find out. We're talking, of course, about Twitch subs. I know you were in the YouTube chat. But I'm just letting you know. Just got to be there to find out. Bro, we got 84 subs on Twitch today. I've been live for an hour. You guys are insane. That's where I post my feed pics. How did you... Shut up. Don't tell them. Shh. Don't tell them. It may just be a hype trailer to make up for the silence for the last 5 months. Yeah, but at this point, at a certain point, you're silent for long enough that you're like, let's just make sure we get this right. When we actually return, let's make sure we get it right and stick the landing. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to give you the hypothetical now that we've seen everything and there really wasn't that much more to see. If the graphics for the entire match day are this good, right? If the graphics for the entirety of the actual match experience are this good, was it worth waiting a year? That's the question. My answer is yeah, I think so. If you had if you'd come to me and been like, we are going to get this graphically, but you're going to have to wait another year. Depends if features are cut. All right, I'll give that to you. It depends if features are cut. I'll give that to you. If the features are cut, then maybe not. No, I just hadn't had the opportunity to react to the trailer from last week. As long as the game is bug-free. Yes, if they gave us they're not going to, I can tell you right now, they're not going to give you a DLC with last year's teams. You are never going to play an official release of any kind from Football Manager with last year's teams or Wonder Kids. Licensing, the amount of scouting, It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It will never happen. The DLC is the only way to do it. Like the downloadable DLCs that people release. That's the only way to do it. I can tell you that right now. They showed nothing and everything at the same. Yeah, they showed basically nothing. Here's what I'll tell you what I'm worried about. And this is the reason that I worded my question to you the way that I did. They might have just spent a lot of time working on the match day introduction. But you know what we don't see? Is the players in any kind of definition in the way that they move. Right? I mean, they're very blurry back here, and they look to be moving in a pretty good way, but we don't really see how the players look and feel. No, player faces will never be in Football Manager. You need licensing for that, and they're not going to get it. Barely can see when they show the ball. True.
So,
where's that part?
So much changed,
bro.
But that feeling, it never left.
Yeah, actually, that looks better. The way they're moving. But this is also, like, I'm worried that they're just showing something that's basically pre-designed and pre-rendered in the game. You know, even though it's actual game footage, it's not anything to do with gameplay, and the gameplay is going to look worse than this. I'm worried that might be the case. I'm worried. All right? I'm worried. Yeah, it's basically, it's like showing cutscenes. Yeah, it's like showing cutscenes from a story game or something. Are the players' feet in the subsection?
So much
Are the players'
changed,
feet in the subsection of the Discord? Down, boy!
It never left.
It'll only get better? Yeah, I guess. I mean, this is way better. Let's see what the comments are saying. Here goes another 1,000 hours of my life. This game's like having a second work, and I love it. I can't tell if I've been waiting for FM26 or GTA 6 the longest. The wait has been long? Yeah. You better put all those features you removed from FM25 back in. It's been so long, chat. I genuinely don't remember what features were removed from FM25. Create a club versus mode, challenge mode, fantasy draft, international management, touchline shouts, social media screen, data chalkboard, and the visibility. So player weight's not coming back. I really hope everything else is there. I don't really know what challenge mode is, but create a club versus is nice. Fantasy draft, obviously, I love. International management. I mean, international management has to come back. There's a World Cup on this game. I don't want to over-exaggerate. All right, I don't want to over-exaggerate. But my entire opinion of this game will change if it doesn't have international management. It is an abject failure if it does not have international management. It's a World Cup year. I'm sorry, if you want to cut it for 1 year where there isn't a Euros or a World Cup, then cut it. But it has to be ready for this. Because if you can't load into the world's premier football simulator and play the world of football's biggest tournament in it, it's a failure. No draft is also crazy. I hope that's back. Because obviously I just started the whole league thing, and that was a ton of fun. Having women's, yeah, that's another thing, is women are in the game in 26. They're adding women into the game in 26. International football and women, it's even, the gap between the audience for international football and women's football and club football is even bigger than in men's. This song is called Parachute by Chris Stapleton. For the person that just exclamation point songed it. Yeah, I mean, the fantasy draft and international management are the things that you like need. Create a club and versus mode are there. I mean, they're pure fun things. Shouts, I remember them explaining that shouts didn't work the way they wanted to. Wouldn't be stunned if shouts were left out, and wouldn't be super heartbroken because they were broken. I mean, they didn't work the way they were supposed to. The data chalkboard was cool, but maybe with the overhaul into Unity, they needed to mess around with some things. I'm not like heartbroken that wouldn't be there. I'd be heartbroken if Fantasy Draft or International Management wasn't back in. Social media screen, probably the dumbest feature in the entire game. So, yeah, it's international management and draft mode, dude. We need those. We need those. No manager influence in match. Yeah, I think shouts really just... Shouts made you feel important, right? Shouts made you feel like you could do something. You know what I mean? Of course, international management needs to be improved, but I'd rather it be in the game and suck than not be in the game at all. To be honest, like I still am able to have fun playing international management, even though it sucks. I've had a lot of fun playing it. Shouts actually work if you know how to use them? No, because shouts don't work because they only take effect at the next dead ball like a substitution. Like you're making a substitution. They only take effect at the next dead ball. That's where they're broken. Because you're supposed to just be able to yell at your team, but you can't. You have to wait for the ball to go out. I think it really just gave you a feeling. It gives you a feeling that you're able to like seriously affect stuff. All right, Chad, it's time to begin an investigation. Passion for FM. Sorted out SI. Nah, we have Passion for FM. Is this an updated? We are proud to announce a league update database. This database gives you the possibility to update FM24 for the 2025-2026 season and play the game as if it was FM26. Good. Because the other thing we want to do today, and we're not just reacting to the Football Manager trailer, is we want to simulate the Premier League on Football Manager, but we need an updated database for this year. I think the Passion for FM's good. They've been around for a while. I think I can trust them to do this. FM Inside, I do love FM Inside. Do they have one too? FM Scout, that's retro databases. Oh, yeah, FM Insight has like an August update. Oh, yes. Nice, dude. Nice. Yes. I really want to talk Isak. I think Isak overestimated his position because the only reason Newcastle would want to sell Isak is because he's taking up wage room in their FFP. They have no financial considerations themselves at all. You're saying sorted out SI updates every day? Yeah, but those guys hate me. I don't even know why. I don't know what I ever did to sort it out SI, but they genuinely hate me. So, people have DM'd me like group chats from the people that run sorted out SI, and they're so mean. But if their thing's good, I'll use it. Oh, these are all the different ones? Who knows what's the truth behind closed doors? I mean, yeah, but we can take a stab at the general points. Isak wants to play for Liverpool and Newcastle doesn't want to let him go. Like, obviously, it gets really awkward in there. When, you know, once everybody's trying to play their hands, but I think base, that's what they're trying to do. Home screen, I found it. All right. Live Football Manager update. Nice. So this gives you all the latest squad. Here's my question to you. Does it update leagues too? It updates leagues too? Nice. I don't care. Oh, you must log in to access this page. Fair enough. I don't care if these guys hate me. As long as they're making good stuff, that's fine. Here, let me create an account. I actually might already have an account. I don't know. Let me try a little forgotten password nonsense. Yeah, I got it. Okay. I think it was on. I think it was when I was at the Football Manager World Cup. Somebody was showing me like some moderator, like owner of Sorted Out SI conversation that was just, you know, dumping on me for like 30 minutes straight. I was like, damn, dude. I think I've only interacted with them like twice. That's the stuff I don't understand. There's some people that don't like me for very legitimate reasons. I'll always respect that. Okay, download. I'm logged in now. Enhanced. Oh yeah, they're trying to like. Well, they did that on the DLC for FM, like to play the 2025 season on FM24. They tried to charge for that as well. The basic update, updated squads, updated contracts, adjust player ages. Bro, they don't update attributes. We need that. We need that. Do they update attributes? Transfer, yes. Okay. We're gonna go with FM Inside because they give you the CAPA updates for free. I think we'll go with that. FM Inside is exceptional. Oh, okay. We unzipped it. I don't know what any of this is. It's this one. What is this? What nonsense am I looking at right now? Zealand contract PDF. Yeah, you want me to open that? Show you all the gritty, nitty-gritty details of a contract with Zealand. That's not how mine looks. So you got it downloaded, and that's not how yours looks. Well, how's it supposed to look? Why is there a Zealandism file? Where? Oh, there. It's lore appropriate that I do work with him on occasion. That's just, you know, that's for that stuff. You guys always think that you've caught me in some sort of we're the same person. Yeah, I mean, we do work together. Okay, guys, I do need help, though. Maybe I should actually read. That probably would help. Disclaimers, credits. Download the zip file. Place the Football Manager update and other files in editor data. Editor data. Pick the 24.3 database. What? I want to go to editor data. All right. Try FMTU. What's FMTU? It was a 2025, 22. That's what I downloaded, bro. I clicked direct download right there. FMTU is better on FM. Yeah, FM Inside and FM Scout are really the two places I trust to deliver the good stuff. I know the FM editor, and he's very good. You have the files? What's happening? I don't know. I think that's all I need to do. I don't know what this around the world mega pack thing is, unfortunately. I don't really know what it is. It's like a database for every country or something. Maybe I drag this over here. I want to at least get Europe. Maybe like England. Because I think this might be what moves the leagues around. There is no England. Oh, these are databases for not other leagues. I don't know what this is. All right, we'll try this. Fire it up. My Hearts of Iron. Oh, it's running on my other computer. Oh. Steam's an offline. Dude, I have to find my other computer and turn it off. Are you kidding me? All right. Where's my computer? Where's my computer? Worked so hard. Now my computer's not turning on. Come on, bro. I gotta go get the charger. Good Lord. Up and no shot of whiskey. Everybody needs to experience the real American South at some point. It's just a great place to be, you know? The ladies want some more. All right. Good Lord. I'm gonna be up another shot of whiskey. All right. I gotta get off Steam on this computer. We're troubleshooting. Hearts of Iron's disconnected. Good. Yeah, but I'm still like in offline mode. I'm gonna relaunch Steam then. This has become far more complex than I wanted it to be. Come on. All of you. Every single one of you get out of here. I just need online Steam. All right, I don't think... my computer, like, restarted or something. I don't need you anymore. I don't need you anymore. Get out of here. Get the hell out of here. I've never heard this song before. Oh, it's Noah Khan. That's a song with Bailey Zimmerman and Big X the Plug. What? Oh, that's the most country song. Oh, I love this song. Bro. Chris Stapleton is so good. I saw him live once, but Chris Stapleton's the best version of the good guitarist you see in like country bars all the time. He's just the best version of that. There's most country bars that have live music on Saturday nights have a dude like Chris Stapleton playing there. All right, let's fire the game up and see if this works. What's my favorite CAPA? 200, 200. Oh, no. Take it back. Oh, No Man's Sky? Oh, dude. Wait. Hold on. I've put like 30 hours into No Man's Sky in the last 2 weeks. Really enjoying it. Super peaceful game. Super peaceful game. So it said you select 24.3. Need you, baby, I was wrong. Let's see if this works. Advanced setup. All right, who is a new Premier League team? Sunderland. If Sunderland is in the Prem, then this worked. If Sunderland is in the Prem, and who's a nice transfer, and Ekatike is on Liverpool, then it worked. All right. Premier League only. Small database. Playable. Disable first transfer window activity. Yes. No more transfers for you. Start. All right. Let's go. Am I excited for women's football? Yes, I am. I genuinely am excited for women's football to be in Football Manager. I want to manage a U.S. women's national team at the World Cup. That is something I really want to do on FM. And the first opportunity that I have to do it, I'll do it. Pixel, thank you for the 43. Scorpy, thank you for the 31. Russ, thank you for the 26. Goosey, thank you for the 31. Lloydo, thank you for the 3 months. Do I think the price of the game will be the same? Yeah, no. I have no sources on this. I have no idea. I have no idea at all. I don't think so, though. But yeah, I think managing the women's national team would be really, really fun. I think the price will go up. Maybe like $10 or something. Aren't they getting rid of... They were getting rid of international management in FM25. I hope it's back. Commissar, thank you for the year. Congrats on that golden bacon, brother. Hell yeah. You think women would be a separate part or embedded into the same competition rankings? No, I mean, they're going to be separate in the competition rankings, but it would make the most sense for it to be like integrated. You know, if you can coach a women's team and then coach a men's team and go back and forth. I think it would be harder for them to make like a fully separate game. I mean, I would imagine that coaches in particular will be able to transition between, like, you can coach the English women's national team and then coach the English men's national team, you know, like in the course of a career. They already confirmed it's integrated? Yeah. Honestly, kind of remember that. I thought the EU5 trailer was boring. Oh, look, you know I love Paradox. Europa Universalis 5, what was it, November 4th? And my brother was talking to me about it today. That's cool. That's exciting. I like that. I had to play it. I love EU4, but the trailer did nothing for me. What's next after that? Is it a new Crusader Kings or a new Hearts of Iron? It's probably a new Hearts of Iron. Unusually long time for the database to load. I don't know. I've had this recently where when I'm running custom databases, I mean, it always takes longer when you have custom databases in, especially for the first time. I want a fantasy Stellaris. I mean, isn't Stellaris already fantasy? Yeah, because they've done a new Victoria. They're doing a new Europa Universalis. I'm just saying, like, what's next? Because they're always working on one of them. I blacklisted Paradox ever since they changed their licensing terms. Yeah, that's a fair reaction. But we live in a world, chat. We live in a society, right? Where you never really own anything. You subscribe to it. Like, if you stop subscribing to Spotify, all your music is gone. If you stop subscribing to the iCloud, you lose all your photos. You know what I mean? That's why I still curate a music library. Yeah, it's good. Because think about it. Like, if Google Drive gets hacked or if Google Docs gets hacked, what do you lose? Right? Like, let's say there's an earthquake and one of their server rooms goes down, and that happened to hold all of the copies of whatever you have on there. You know, what do you lose? What if Apple's servers get hacked, right? Like, what will you lose? Everything? You lose all of your photos? You lose all of your, right? That's possible. Didn't work. It did. There's Sunderland. Where's Burnley? There's Burnley. It totally worked. And there's Leeds. No way it worked. What about, can I see like key players? No, I have to go to the next screen. Okay. I don't know why I'm surprised. I am technically supposed to do this for a living. Allegedly. I am allegedly supposed to do this for a living. Oh, you have a view team button? Yeah, well, I mean, it takes 10, 15 more seconds to get here. Yeah, there's Wirtz. Florian Wirtz. Ekatike's not here, though. Is he? No, he's not. When was this last updated? Third of August. Yeah, it's 17 days ago. Yeah, Nunez is still here. I wonder if we can combine their basic data update with like updated squads, updated contracts, pro rel. We can combine that with the attribute updates of this to get us like the most up-to-date stuff. When's here's a Passion for FM's one is the 12th. I think somebody said FM Scout has one. Maybe it's more up to date. I think we can just take two birds with one stone here. "15th of August, 2025. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna go for. That's so stupid. See, you're gonna see. That's such a dumb one, dude. That's so foolish. Okay, let's get this downloaded. So this is Sir Tavares, a known name in the community. They have a Patreon. Fair enough. CAPA changes. Update promotion and relegation. Good. That's what I was looking for. Come on, brother. Oh, okay. There's no transfers in this? Really? Are you for realsies? I gotta use their data. Yeah, but it doesn't update PA or CA, which is way more important. You have to pay $5 for that. And I, on principle, don't pay for anything in the Football Manager modding space. I'm pretty sure it's illegal. But also, I just hate everything about it. Everything I've ever made that I've released out, like the Nugan pack, is free. And so I'm anti that. Yeah, but it just doesn't update attributes. Have him transfer, update transfers. We might Chatterino up. My login expired? Okay. Do not show on stream. All right, I'm in. Post it now. Oh, the FM transfer update. Okay. Okay, this is the FM transfer update. Football Manager transfer update. Okay, so what combination of things do I need? Because all I need are adjusted pro rels, transfers updated, CA updated. I have a feeling this isn't going to do all three. I need CAPA, pro rel, and transfers. That's what I need to be able to simulate the season. So much action, I know. Action-packed stream right now. Manually do it. I did FM Inside plus sorted out SI. Yeah, I wonder if there's just a file. If there's just a file from FM Inside that's like... No, I didn't copy and paste. I'm a fool. All right, let me extract it again. Yeah, the problem is this update feels like it's all in one file, the attributes and the transfers. Think I forgot about YouTube live chat again? Remove the spaces. That has everything. Remove the spaces. In what? The passion for FM1. We could go back to this one. I was updated June 20th, though. That's just not going to work. It's not going to have any of the transfers. No, I know where the download button is. I'm asking, I don't know what this is. Football Manager transfer update. Data edits? Oh! This has data edits? Okay. Let's try this. Welcome back. I haven't... Okay. Username, Zealand. Email address, Zealand Shannon. Password, yeah, you wish I would show you. Stop. Registered. Data edits. No, look. I'm pretty sure we've seen all of them at this point. All right, sorted out SI exists, but they try to charge money for people for things, and I don't like that. And if you want to go with the free version, they don't update the attributes. They don't update the attributes. So this is the transfer update, which I think is going to get everybody on the right teams. Passion for FM is too old. It's from June. At least it says it was last updated in June. Has updates until the Shesko transfer. Wait, are you serious? Then why does it say it was last updated in June? Oh, am I in the wrong one? You're saying this is like an old one or something. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know what the heck I was looking at. Passion for FM. Might be the one that could save us right here. Transfers and update. All right, Passion for FM. I'm riding with this one. I'm riding with this one. It's a small database file. You know, maybe it's just a few leagues. That's all we need. That's all we need is just a few leagues. Why does it say Latvia, dude? Why does it say it's editing Latvia? I don't know. All right, Premier League, playable, disable first transfer window. We're going to want to go to start of the Premier League season. All right, let's see if we can get this to work. I'm going to go to the bathroom. If this works, we're finally going to find out who wins the Premier League according to Football Manager. If it works. Bro, come on. All right, I'm eating my sandwich. Yo, chat. AMA. Ask me anything while this loads. While I eat my peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Favorite Latvian club? Bro, how does Latvia come up so much on this stream for such a small country, man? Am I single? Yes, actually. I am. That's why the Marshallese consulate was trying to set me up with a Marshallese wife. What kind of jelly? Strawberry, actually. Favorite salad dressing? Honey mustard. But I mess with a vinaigrette from time to time. I mess with vinaigrette. Any more supermarket sim? Honestly, I thought about playing it even today, so yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Why is it taking so long to load? Because it's a custom database, baby. Latvia update for the Latvian Wonder Kids. Married to FM. Now, I had a girlfriend when I started streaming. I don't know. I just don't really talk about my personal life much on stream. The only reason you guys know about that, and I acknowledge it publicly, is because we literally lived together when I was... Oh, we literally lived together when I was streaming for a while. So really old chatters will like know who that will have met and such. Who's winning the Champions League? PSG. What are Sweden's national team's chances of going to the World Cup? Less than 50%, unfortunately. You know who? You dated Voldemort? Yes. I hate noses. Married to the game? Hell yeah, brother. Was your girlfriend Zealandism? Yes. No. We're just bros. Will you be playing any more Crusader Kings? Yeah, definitely after that Asia update. 100% I'll be playing. Do I like Lord of the Rings? Yeah, so one of the first things I did after I moved to New York about 3.5 years ago, I moved here with my best friend from childhood, Peter. You met him in a YouTube video, and he appeared on stream a few times. We moved into like a glorified hallway, but we bought... have you guys ever seen Friends? You guys ever seen Friends, right? And there's the episode where Joey and Chandler get those recliners. I swear we had the same recliners. And we literally sat down the first night we lived in New York, flat screen TV and recliners in like this living room, not living room we had. And we knocked those recliners back and watched the extended edition of Lord of the Rings for 3 straight nights. I love Lord of the Rings. It's not even about the quality of the movies, which is obviously high. It's that Lord of the Rings is tied to very happy memories in my life. And like very, you know, like it's like a warm hug to me. Lord of the Rings is just a warm hug for me. And I don't care if they were the worst movies ever. They're not, obviously. But somebody asked if I like Lord of the Rings. Yeah. I've never even read the books. It's just the movies, particularly locking in with the boys and watching the extended editions. It's just something I love. Like, there's something I love about it. And now it's so intrinsically tied to like happiness for me that I'm all about it. A reminder of simpler times. I think so. Yeah. It was a long time ago. Do I need a hug? Oh, no. I'm not like sad or anything. I'm just reminiscing. Am I excited for that? No, I haven't really watched the new Lord of the Rings stuff. Thoughts on Mark Goldbridge having the TV rights to Bundesliga? Huge. Visionary. All right, Liverpool. There he is. You go Ekatika. All right, chat. I'm gonna need one of you guys to pull up the attributes. I don't know if the attributes have been changed. I have no idea. Rabbits or guinea pigs? Rabbits. Just look at Cole Palmer to see if attributes have been updated. I think it's true. Oh, yeah, they have. 100% they have. My God, bro really is messy, isn't he, dude? Bro really is messy. No, he didn't change the ages. He changed the attributes. A bit overcooked? I don't... Thank you, Automatrix. 70 freaking months from Automatrix. I appreciate it. I don't hate these attributes for him, dude. Lamine Yamal is objectively one of the 3 best players in the world right now. When you watch matches happen, he's objectively one of the 3 best players in the world. I don't hate these attributes. You could say 20 dribbling, 20 first touch is a bit much. Maybe you want to go 19 or 18 because 20s make people uncomfortable. But, like, he's legitimately one of the 3 best players in the world, I'd say. Right now. There's Salah. Ever the consistent all-around attribute god, Mo Salah. 4th all-time in goals in the Prem. If he did, yeah, good question from Reese is like, if Lamine Yamal doesn't have 20 dribbling, who does? $20 suggests perfect. Yeah, I guess it depends on the way you view attributes. I mean, can you ever really be perfect? Nobody's perfect in football. Anthony, valid. Take a look at Dembele. Yeah, Dembele should be... He should be good. I would have put that higher. This is not good enough for Dembele. I would have put that higher. I would have put that higher. He's better than he was in the last database. I feel like he hasn't really touched PSG. Or he's undervaluing PSG. Because that doesn't feel right either. The Kvaradonna. Dembele is the same as the last. Yeah, I don't think he touched the French league, to be honest with you. I don't think he's touched the French league. God, I love Mo Salah. What a consistently great player. Legendary winger. Unflappable? Yeah, dude, I know I didn't get to talk about it on stream, but him calling out UEFA for their Palestine tweet was... Oh, so well done. So well, stuck the landing on that. Brilliantly done. But I think we have updates in the Prem, right? Yeah, Wirtz has been updated. Florian Wirtz. Yeah. Yeah. Frempong, my king. What the? What just happened? Oh, there we go. I went back. I didn't mean to go back. MLS is a top-down league, bro, of course. They have control over everything. Of course they're going to do that. Rosalie, thank you for the 36 months. Slard, thank you for the 5-0. We have been happy and healthy. I appreciate the appreciate the giveaway. Turned 26 recently. Hey, welcome to your late 20s, bro. Hey, Face Trevor, thank you for the 20 months as well, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for teaching me how to pronounce Gurbanguly Berdy Muhammadov, and for 4 years, the most glorious forehead in America. I got you. Thank you for being a big-time supporter of this stream for a long time, dude. All right. I think what we need to do is obviously set up detail level. I was like, the O League? The hell's the O League? Just get all this ready for a simulation. Switch the detail levels around. Should a national team player for the Marshall Islands really just be a Sunday League player? The dude said that about me creating my manager. True. I am an international footballer. Emergency third keeper for the Marshall Islands national team. I think that's set up. I think we can just sim it now, right? I think what we need to do is sim it like 10 times or something. And then we can keep track of who ends up where, right? That's our plan. Gyokerish. The big beefcake himself, Victor. You'll be on their wiki page when you get a cap. Am I not already? Is there a wiki page? Oh no, I'm not on their wiki page, bro. Also, John, my boy John played in both matches. So that's cruel. I love Pat. Pat Phelan and Danny Razook, the vibes were incredible. Aaron is probably the best player on the team. Aaron's probably the best player on the team. Also, this kid, like, just turned 15. It was crazy that he was there. I got Waffle House with Vinay, Lucas. These two kids are brothers from Quadge. Gladius is a beast. He also started both matches, so I don't know who's updating this. Seth Seidel was the captain for both matches, so I don't know what. Yeah, it isn't really up to date. You know what I'm saying? It isn't really up to date. What happened to the 24-hour? I still owe my fantasy league a 24-hour Waffle House stream. That would be fun. You should edit it. I probably could. I've never edited Wikipedia before. Yeah, Aaron's like the best player, in my opinion, on the team. Matt John is the best vibes guy on the team. Matty John, sensational guy. Gabino. This dude's from Majuro. I think he's from the islands. They spelled his name wrong. This is Kairos, not Karios. Kairos Sinaite, I think. Yeah. Because they don't have Kairos here anywhere else, so they just misspelled his name. Kairos is from the islands, too. He's fun. Aaron Anatok Broken. Yeah, he's saucy. That dude could legitimately step into like a 5th, 6th division English team, no problem. There's a few guys, like David Nigro absolutely could. Josiah Blanton absolutely could. Like step into those teams. Folliot's pretty good too. Lucas is, I don't know if he could play at that. He's like physically not there yet, even though he's 20. He's a pretty slight guy. And Zach is like 14 years old, so I don't know. The Riverhawks. The Susquehanna Riverhawks. Yeah, it's Seth, he was the captain. He played like D2 college soccer in central Pennsylvania and played club with the Susquehanna Riverhawks. He's good. He's built like Carlos Tevez, dude. Like an absolute square of a human being. Just a very physical guy. F5, it's been updated. I mean, it's true. Like, normally I'd be like, don't edit it, but I did appear on the bench for one game. I was on the team sheet on the bench for one game. So I like normally I'd be like, stop messing with a Wikipedia page, but I did I legitimately was there. Problem is I was also wearing number 1. So I think I can't remember what I was team sheeted as, but my jersey also said number 1 on it. So I don't even know what you do with the number at that point. Matter to me, Big R is where I want to be. Is Max Dowman on it? No. This guy looked like Danny Razook was born in, he's like a white dude, but he was born and raised in the Marshall Islands. And he, I swear, looked like Captain Jack Sparrow. Let me see if I can find a picture of Danny Razook. You know, there might be one like on Insta. You know, I do Instagram stuff though. Let me pull it up over here. All right. I need to find Danny Razook. That's Seth Seidel. That was the captain. Danny, I mean, he's probably in one of these like photo compilations, right? That's Aaron. Those are the kids. That's Matt Perella. He's a heck of a keeper. That's Matt John. That's the coaching staff. That's Lucas. That's Seth. That's Gladius. Love me some Gladius. What a dog. I mean, what a name for a center back, too. What a name for a center back to just be named Gladius. That's insane. There he is! That's Danny Razook. I wasn't in this team. This is before I was on the team. This is before the first match. But that's Danny Razook. His vibe is incredible. Born and raised in the Marshall Islands, Danny Razook. He's got style, baby. He walked right off the set of Pirates of the Caribbean. Vibe guy? Yeah, he played fullback and center back. Danny Razook. International footballer Danny Razook. I mean, there were a lot of good vibes. Like, this was Kairos. Kairos had, like, the mess of hair. This is Pat. Pat told me he felt like he's a guy that grew up in Massachusetts playing hockey, but's lived in the Marshall Islands for 9 years. He said he felt like Happy Gilmore when he got called up to the team. Like Happy Gilmore trying to learn how to, like, he knew, he played soccer growing up too, but it just felt like he had the ankle guard shin pads, you know? What a team. That's the, this is the 15-year-old. He's kind of like in between photos here. How was I able to play for the Marshall Islands? Because this was not a FIFA recognized, Marshall Islands is not in FIFA yet. Part of that process is getting the national team together and proving you can call up and whatever. So they were not bound by FIFA rules to call up people that, like they did, right? But I was able to be there because there wasn't like a rule against it. You know what I mean? Yeah, Pat Phelan had ankle guard shin pads. He played fullback, started the first game, actually played really well. Messi, yes, theoretically, Messi could have played for the Marshall Islands. But all of these guys are Marshallese, except for the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper was like a ringer they brought in because there isn't really a goalkeeper that's Marshallese, necessarily. So he's the goalkeeping coach, but he played goalkeeper for the team. But like Danny Razouk, the Hill brothers, like these guys have Marshallese roots and stuff. Maso. Yeah, he looks like he is a no-nonsense fullback. Dude, the coach, I can't remember. I think it was the coach of Turks and Caicos came up to the coach of the Marshall Islands. And of course, the Caribbean, their accents are outstanding. And he comes up and he's like, hey, man, I love your full... Why am I rolling my R's? Hey, man, I love your fullback, man. He's so old school. I was like, that's the best sentence I've ever heard. Just hearing a guy like, he's old school, man. He's an old school fullback. I was like, damn. And then, of course, I go to Pat, right? And I'm like, yeah, the Turks and Caicos coach was like really in love with the way you played. He said you were super old school. And Pat goes, yeah, well, our club team on quad just called old school, so that makes sense. I'm like, oh, nice. As the resident Jamaican in chat, that isn't the worst patois I've heard. I mean, I grew up in Florida around some Jamaicans, so I would hope that I'm able to produce at least not the worst island accent ever. He's an old school man. That's what he said. And I remember hearing it. I loved the way he said old school so much. And of course, Pat was just clearing everything. All right, chat, let's set up the sim. We're going to do this 10 times to determine who is definitely going to win the Premier League. We're going to do every 2 weeks, new file, every save. Yes. Is Zach unsettled in this database? That'd be really funny if he was. Jamaican Tuchel. Where is the picture of Jamaican Tuchel? Am I recording for YouTube? We actually take this sort of stuff and put it on the Zealand Live YouTube channel. So this isn't like going up on the main YouTube channel, but all of our streams we put up on Zealand Live. So technically, every time you're on stream, it's being recorded for a YouTube channel, Roscoe. Theoretically. Hypothetically. We have a Tuchel in the Discord? Wait, are you serious? I just never noticed that. Z's Land. Do we have Jamaican Tuchel in here? We have me as Pablo Escobar. We've gotten away with that for a long time. We've got the Indrik Pog. Am I blind? I mean, I am blind a lot. Just type Tuchel. Oh, not there. Oh, that's so embarrassing. Oh, my. Yeah, there's our Thomas Tuchel. I'm just getting clowned in the Discord. Whatever, guys. I do love the massive Discord community we have. Get some FM online games going. If you guys didn't know, by the way, since we're down here, that there's the bot spam, and there's all these different sections, Paradox, Civ, Counter-Strike, that you guys voted to have. NFL, FM multiplayer, obviously, FPL discussions. All that stuff is available on the Discord if you didn't know it was there. All you have to do is go to bot spam and opt into whatever channels you want to be a part of. You can expand the community even further. Also, there's definitely multiple D&D games in the subsection of the Discord, so that's fun, too. All right, let's get this simulation going. What do you say we sim it 3 months at a time? So September, October, November. We'll just yeet it to November and see what's up. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Come on, baby! Oh, yeah. There he is, the Passion for FM update. Need teammates for rematch? Ah. Do you guys think we should add a rematch section of the Discord? I don't even know how to do it. We could add a rematch section of the Discord. Crystal Palace was 4th. Redemption Tour! Redemption Tour is on. Yeah, but I'll have to talk to Mod Team. It's not just the plus button. You have to add it so that it only appears for people when they like click something in bot spam, and I don't know how to do that. City haven't dropped a point. Wait, is it popping up on the right? Has it updated manager's preferred system? Honestly, I'm going to go with no. That, you know, like if manager systems have changed over the last year. Yeah, we set the detail level. So they still have Eze and Ebery Eze? Did Guay go to like Saudi or something? We checked the transfers on like Liverpool and they were fine. Is this FM26? Yes. Yo, Dominic Calvert-Lewin has 8 goals for Leeds. Man City is in first. Chelsea's in second. Dude, look at Leeds is in 11th right now, dude. This is very realistic. Give us the title. Yeah, well, you got Erling Haaland on 19 goals in 12 matches. So I think he's just mauling people right now. He's ex-playing. It's unrealistic. Look, I don't know. All right, he's on the team. He's obviously not going anywhere. Where are Gyökeres and Šeško? I mean, Gyökeres is on Arsenal. Yeah, I don't know how many goals he has. 6. And then Šeško on Man United. He has... Where are you? There he is. He has 5 goals and 7. He either picked up an injury or he didn't. He's just being rotated around with Mateus Cunha, who has 1 goal and 10. Nice. Something of a rotated team, I think. Somebody said Crystal Palace. Is Guay still on Crystal Palace? And or did he not do Crystal Palace or something? So we find an issue, we can go back to the start of the database and change it. Yeah, he's still in Crystal Palace. Haven't moved. You both are still there. Okay, then why? Maybe they won't be there at the end of the transfer window, but for our purposes, we can't predict the future here. Yeah, we can't predict the future. Nor should we. Because anything can happen, man. Anything can happen. Theory of infinite possibility. There's a chance I could open the dryer and all of my clothes would already be folded. Anything can happen tomorrow. Believe. All you got to do is believe. Here's the original file. God, that's a good picture. Jamaican Tuchel can't hurt you. Jamaican Tuchel. Look at it. So this meme came from somebody made this edit after we were looking around the database and Thomas Tuchel was coaching the Jamaican national team. And somebody made this. And we really appreciated that. And you sing this song for us. This is a banger of a song. This is this Isbell? No, this is Morgan Wallen's cover of Cover Me Up by Jason Isbell. One of the best love songs ever written, probably. So I remember I watched a whole podcast something about the song. Like Jason Isbell he's recovered from addiction. And like his wife stuck with him through that, and then he wrote this song kind of about that. It's really, really good song. And Morgan Wallen, who is an objectively subpar human being, right, does a sensational cover of it, which is this. Isbell? Oh, okay, thanks. I had no idea. So yeah, this database is super up to date. I'm very happy with it. And I think we can keep motoring along. Burnley, Fulham, and Sunderland. Ooh, bad showing from Fulham. Expected this from Sunderland, though. This is like exactly what Sunderland was supposed to be doing. Pretty terrible from Bournemouth at this point. No music on YouTube? That is correct. YouTube's DMCA stuff is nasty. The music is on Twitch. Sunderland already has half that number of points IRL. That's true. They beat Villa in this one. All right. November, we're going to go December, January, February. Onward, lads! Dude, Man City's taking it, aren't they? Man City's taking it. They played 12 matches. They've got 11 wins and a draw. Is my volume low? Is it? Should be fine. To use me for good. What was the premise of the simulation? Oh, we loaded in an FM26 database, and now we're simulating the Premier League 10 times to see who's going to win, who's going to get relegated, and who's going to get Europe. Why is it so fast? Because it's Premier League only. This bro's computer, Jarvis. Jarvis, make her 9 feet tall. Jarvis, make her skin blue. I want her to look like the Na'vi. You guys seen that video? Please tell me you've seen that video, or else this is going to make 0 sense. Jarvis, increase jiggliness by 45%. I'm going to pull it up. I'm pulling it up. I'm pulling it up. That video is outstanding, dude. Every time somebody mentions Jarvis, it's what I think of. This is the video. It's such a good video, dude. While it's simming in the background, we'll watch it.
Jarvis, make her slim thick. Jarvis, make her 9 feet tall. Yes. I want you to look like the Na'vi. Change the skin to blue. And give her a tail. Let's take the jiggliness up by 45%. Make it bounce. Jarvis, let's take down the naughtiness by 15%, please. But increase the sassiness by 14%. Jarvis, increase jiggliness by 30%. Jarvis, increase the width of her eyes by 55%. I want them damn near in her ears.
So, every once in a while, there's like a piece of short content that is so perfectly done. It can't be, I don't know, maybe it's just like, it's just so well done. Like the stupid hat, the eye thing, when he's like, make her 9 feet tall, and then he just goes, yes. Like, it's just so. With the interstellar music in the background, we'll give it one more.
Jarvis, make her slim thick. Jarvis, make her 9 feet tall. Yes.
His friend laughing in the background.
Change the skin to blue. And give her a tail. Let's take the jiggliness up by 45%. Make it bounce. Jarvis, let's take down the naughtiness by 15%, please. But increase the sassiness by 14%.
This isn't the
Jarvis, increase.
This isn't the original one either, because the original one that has like 1 billion views, he like laughs at the end of a couple of them, and it makes it even funnier. Yeah, give her a tail is crazy. Increase the width of her eyes by 55% is also insane. I want him damn near in her ears. Yeah, no, so that guy, like, he's a very funny guy on Instagram and TikTok and stuff, but he's done a couple of those, and one of them he makes like Mike Wazowski from Monsters, Inc. Jarvis, make her as wide as she is tall. Oh, it's so silly, but it's just so, yeah, every once in a while, somebody makes a piece of short content that's just beautiful. Villa! Bro? Leeds is dropping. Yeah, Leeds is fine, though. They're 8 points clear. Burnley, Fulham, Sunderland looks doomed, right? Football Manager thinks they are doomed. Burnley has slipped down. Dude, Nottingham Forest. What do you think Marinakis would do if Nottingham Forest was in 17th? Dude, Bruno's got 12 goals. That's kind of crazy. Bruno has 12 goals. Oh, Nano leads the league in clean sheets, dude. Pay the refs, crime. Crime. He would do crime. If Marinakis' team is at 17th again after all the money and devotion he's put in, he is doing crime. Tottenham up in 10th, United up in 6th, Crystal Palace in 5th. Big surprise. Villa in 2nd is crazy. Italy. Ollie Watkins has been balling. Morgan Rogers, Gasson, Danielle Mallon. The boys are balling. The front players are balling. And Amadou Onana. Can I do hidden rounds in the Mafia and Italian football? Yeah, man, I'll just roll up to the Mafia like a gabagool. And they'll just let me in, right? Instead of killing me. Jarvis, increase loans by 45%. I mean, they won't kill you. Your forehead is too much plot armor. They'll just politely ask you to leave. Out of here, man. Now, my family actually has mafia ties. Maybe I can leverage that. I'm related to Al Capone's lawyer. Saying, and I've been watching you sleep. Yeah, Jarvis. Make him 16 and dual-footed with 200 potential ability, but he only costs 5,000. New Zealand lore? I feel like I've talked about that before. I mean, Al Capone had a lot of lawyers. I'm related to one of them. My great-grandma ran away from him with 4 kids and, like, changed her name and hid. So, wasn't that great, but... yeah, I changed their name and, like, ran away. She ran away with the kids, and that was my grandpa, I think. I haven't asked in a while. I haven't heard this story in a while. Yeah, Travis, make Messi 20 again. Oh. Jarvis, add a release clause to Lamine Yamal for $5. That's a. I mean, it's not a flex. It's just like my family is Italian descendant, right, on my mom's side. Right, obviously, it doesn't show my name at all. My last name's Irish. That's my dad's side. My mom's side's Italian descendant. If you are Italian descendant in the U.S., you're going to have some mafia tie somewhere. The mafia was too relevant for too long in the U.S. Jarvis, make Lamine Yamal 14. Jarvis, make Trent Alexander-Arnold pick the U.S. Oh, yeah. It's... No, I mean, there were so many different mafias all over the place in the U.S. You're going to have some mafia ties somewhere if your family is that. Is the forehead Irish or Italian? I don't know. But everybody in my mom's family has it. You can actually, like, let me go to, yeah, let me start the sim and I'll show you. All right, we're going to the end of the season. It looks like Man City's got it all wrapped up. Can United hang on to Europe? Can Villa hang on to second? Will Sunderland continue to get destroyed? The answer probably won't surprise you. Mine, it's the season of the sticks, and I saw your mom. She forgot that I existed, and it's half my fault. I just like to play the victim, and I'll drink alcohol. My friends come home for Christmas, and I'll dream each night of some version of you that I Let me see if I can find like the family picture I posted way back. Is you can see like the power of the forehead, genetically speaking. I think we're too far back now. It's that Mr. Beast thing. Wow, what? Oh, here. Yeah, here. Okay. Forehead. His is under a hat. Forehead. Adler obviously has it. Okay, what did, like, I mean, Instagram, do you even pretend that you have? So this is my, like, brother, right? Forehead. This is my cousin, forehead. Not related to him by blood, anyways. Forehead. This is my aunt. This is my uncle. Forehead. This is my little cousin. She's got the forehead. This is my other little cousin. He's got the forehead. This is me. Definitely have the forehead. So it's just like a family thing. Like basically everybody in my family just has sturdy foreheads. It's like a really dominant genetic trait or something. I don't know. Yeah, everybody, I mean, dude, the rafting company hates to see us coming because they will run out of extra large helmets instantly, okay? That's why Adler's Twitch name has a 4 in it. Calvin's the only one that was saved? True. Calvin does not have the forehead. That is very true. He dodged that. Golden generation of foreheads. Nice. That is. My mom has it as well. Like, obviously, it comes from my mom. That's all my mom's family, so. This guy's a big soccer fan, actually. Connor. He's a big-time soccer guy. Loves it. Plays every weekend. He doesn't look that big? Well, he's like 7, so. Jarvis, give her a Zealand forehead. Jarvis, give her a 5 head. I want to be able to land an airplane on that thing. All right, our first Premier League sim is done. Oh, yes. Villa 3rd, Crystal Palace 4th. Oh, Nottingham Forest got relegated. Nottingham Forest got relegated and United fell all the way to 11th. What the hell happened? What was United doing, dude? They lost 4 straight Premier League matches. Granted, it was Arsenal, Newcastle City, but they failed to win in. Oh my. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 straight Premier League matches without a win, but then they won the FA Cup. They beat Liverpool in the FA Cup final after failing to win in 12 of their last 13 Premier League matches. Peak Football Manager has occurred here. Absolutely peak Football Manager has occurred. Matt, thank you so much. Oh, dude. Are you still here, Matt? I just saw that. That guy's on the Marshall Islands national team. Matt, please tell me you're still here. The guy that gifted the sub, Matt, is the number 2 striker for the Marshall Islands national team. That's Matt John. Thank you for gifting the sub, dude. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're still here. Oh, Matt. I need this song's name. Oh, Something in the Orange by Zach Bryan. Well, literally, even if you've never had a bad breakup in your life, it will still make you cry. Is he an FM? No, but he will be. Yeah, we have an international. Yeah, there was an international player gifted a sub. That's Matt John. Tommy, thank you for the 3 months. Senor Waffle Iron, thank you for the 50 months. Task Force Mikey, thank you for the 23 months. Your Everyday Giant, thank you for the Prime sub, brother. Welcome to the Hammers. And Breakfast at Finners, thank you for the 4 months as well. Matt, yeah, brother. Zach Bryan's the real deal. Yeah, apparently he's a pretty messed up dude, but his music is great. I guess sometimes you need to be a messed up dude to like make good music or something. Maybe that's probably not true, but Leeds finished ahead of Manchester United, so that happened. All right, let's record this for posterity, shall we? Talk about they don't know. I got a drinking problem. I ain't no reason to stop. Can't I just print this out? What am I doing? Do I want text file or webpage? I'll take webpage. The wall. Let's see what that looks like. Work smarter, not harder, chat. Oh, yeah, it saves everything. That's brilliant. Okay. So that's Europe Champions League for Arsenal. Chelsea is into the Europa League. Newcastle is into the Conference League. Tottenham misses Europe. United makes the Europa League thanks to the FA Cup. Bournemouth rebounded. They finished 12th. Pretty bad showing from Everton again. They survive on goal difference over Nottingham Forest. Fulham pulled themselves out. Crystal Palace and Villa both playing Champions League. And City dropping 94 points is pretty insane. Stop. Hit rock bottom. Yeah, it's realistic. That is realistic. For Everton to survive on goal difference is incredibly realistic. Thinking problem. Bottle off the wall. Be-doo-doo-doo. Drinking problem, but I got no problem drinking at all. Marinakis is launching World War III. Bro, it's true. All right, now let's sim another one. We're going to do it 10 times and see if we get like somebody wins the title 8 times or Crystal Palace makes Champions League 5 times. We're going to see if we see something like that. Born a Toffee, Payne's character building. Hey, I mean, it could be worse. Right? Everybody always pretends like, oh, we've been bad in the Prem for a while. You could be like Sunderland. You could be Portsmouth, right? Like, could always be worse. You got to be thankful. Pigo, thank you for the 9 months. Appreciate it, brother. Thanks for supporting the stream. Congrats on your first Twitch child. First of many. I'll ship the alimony over. Have you seen the ESPN Sports Misery Index? No. What is that? Economics. No. Sports Misery Index. Start. I'll be your guide. Oh, this is like a MLB, NBA, NFL, or MLS. Okay, it's just American sports. That's interesting, though. I guess it's just like an index of stuff. Wait, is it Champions League qualification day today? Am I blind? Yes! So beautiful. Bodo Glimt against Sturm Graz. Kairat Almaty against Celtic. Fenerbahce against Benfica. Come on, Kazakhstan. Come on, Kairat Almaty. They had that 16-year-old score from the penalty spot for them in the last round. Didn't they? Didn't they? Didn't they? Look at Paphos. What the hell? What is in the water in Cyprus right now, dude? They're not the only Cypriot team that's like doing the business either. 2-1ing Red Star? Really? That's nuts. Crystal Palace also play today? Is that in what? Crystal Palace doesn't have to go through European qualification. Is it just a Premier League match? But if it was, it would be up at the top of the thing, I think. Yes, Conference League qualification. So many dang teams, dude. I feel like half the Conference League stage is decided by qualifying into the Conference League stage. A lot of chances for embarrassment for big teams down here. Oh, no, they play tomorrow. They are in qualifying. They play Fredrikstad out of Norway. What a brutal draw for Fredrikstad. Like, oh, here's a Premier League team. All of it is there's no automatic... There's no automatic qualifying for Conference League. I didn't know there was none. I thought, for example, that like the English team at least would get in there. But I like that. You got to earn it against not just your own nation, but against like other, you know, it is the purest form of sporting democracy. You have to go beat another team to get into the group stage. Shout out to Virtus, the San Marinese team. They have an easy draw against Breidablik from Iceland. Now, granted, Breidablik is going to be the favorite. Hibs to make our first... Wait, who's Hibernian have to play? Surely, if it's Conference League, Hibs would be the... Oh. It's not the easiest draw. Legia Warsaw. That's... Yeah, you could have gotten a lot easier than that. Those are two teams that absolutely would have gone into this process expecting to be in the league stage, but now one of them is going to miss. No, I mean, obviously Fredrikstad has a chance, but at this level, when you're in the Conference League, drawing a Premier League team in the qualifying is just brutal. Right? It'd be the same as, it's not quite the same, but, you know, you get Mainz out of Germany and you're like, come on, why couldn't I get, you know, somebody not from one of the big four leagues, right? That's what you're really hoping for in this process. You're like, I want to get somebody that is not in one of the big four leagues. Although Brøndby against Strasbourg's got an opportunity for the French team to be knocked out. Fiorentina's back here again. Who's the Spanish team? Rayo Vallecano. They're playing a Belarusian team. So I think they got that one squared away. Come on, Shelburne, do it for Ireland. You got Shamrock too, but they're probably going to lose. They're playing against Santa Clara, which is that. I mean, what island are they on? Where is Google Maps? I know I had you up somewhere. Sitting only. Oh, baby, it's Santa Clara. Are these the Canaries? Or are these the... I mean, this is like Cape Verde. No. Yeah, no, these are the Canaries. This is Gran Canaria. What are these? The Azores? Why do I want to say... Yeah, okay, they're the Azores. That's just pure EU4 knowledge. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's the Azores. I've never been there. I've never been to this part of the world. It's probably a really, really nice place. Dixieland alive. Kirat Almaty of Kazakhstan is the other team. That would be fun. They're in Europe. Kirat Almaty and Santa Clara's in Europe. That's a it's a significant distance. They have American bases there? I mean, true, but if they've got American bases in the Marshall Islands, I'm not surprised that they would have an American base here. Yeah, in EU4, if you're trying to colonize, this is like the thing you launch off from. Like, oh, I found the new world! Couldn't a team from... Yeah, I mean, technically, the farthest away team that could get into New York would be from New Caledonia. New Caledonia does play in the French Cup. Also, you have French Guiana, but New Caledonia is just farther away. I get maybe Tahiti. They also play in the French Cup. And so if they won the French Cup, wherever the hell Tahiti is, if they won the French Cup, then they'd be in Europe. Because every region in France is like an actual state of France. They don't do what the U.S. does, where Puerto Rico is like kind of in. They bring them all the way in. So that is basically just a part of France. You could have a team playing out here. Is French Polynesia Tahiti? Let's invest in a New Caledonian team then. I mean, New Caledonia is one of those people where there's like, or one of those places where there's a lot more people there than you think. It's like it's like not far off the population of Iceland. All right. Drum roll, please. It's the second round of the league. Man City again. Please, dude, Crystal Palace is amazing. Leeds got relegated. Wolves got relegated. Brighton finished in 17th. United looks set for another mid-table finish alongside Tottenham. Nottingham Forest is now in Europe after relegation in the previous save, with Callum Window leading the league in goals. So that's a thing. Callum Window, top scorer in the second. Come on, bro. Come on. That's insane. Burnley with a 11th place finish is pretty good, but we still had two newly promoted teams get knocked out. Palace is back-to-back Champions League qualifications right now. Arsenal got a second, so they're Champions League. Chelsea's obviously doing well in these. Newcastle is hard stuck 8th no matter what they do. But I think Crystal Palace and Villa are the teams that Football Manager's in love with right now. That's pretty wild. I mean, we'll poll this. You know, we'll be able to calculate all this stuff at the end, but 2. That is a surprise. Yeah, Palace and Villa. It loves Palace and Villa. Palace and Villa. I run it. Now, the population of New Caledonia is nearly 300,000. Only 40% of that population is native New Caledonian, so. Sunderland won't get relegated IRL. I mean, they did win their first match 3-0, but like how much? Is there a city over here? I mean, it looks like there's at least people that live over here. Because you could go way farther into like Astana and Almaty are where the clubs are from usually. But if you had like a team from Barel, what is this? A village. Probably not. Oh, that doesn't even have any information, dude. Top Cane? See, this looks nice. God, that looks so cool. It's growing some dope strawberries. Getting stared at by Kazakh grandmothers. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think any of these towns in eastern Kazakhstan. I mean, this is like on the border with Mongolia. They have a no, they don't. Oh, tragic. Oh, I thought Mongolia and Kazakhstan had a border, which means there could be a club like on the border with Mongolia playing in European competition. It is, however, right near the border with China. So this part of Kazakhstan with Almaty in it in particular, kind of right near the border with China. Right in there. It looks so peaceful. Yeah, I mean, the mountains, this mountain range. This is a part of the world that you don't really interact with much. I'm getting lost in the sauce on Google Maps. You know my favorite thing in Google Maps? Hold on. Is Tau Denny. So I've spent like hours going around Google Maps with my friends, which is probably not a surprise at all. Tau Denny is in the middle of the Sahara. It's a remote salt mine in northern Mali. The salt is dug by hand from the bed of an ancient salt lake. But during a regime of Moussa Traore, a prison was built and inmates were forced to work the mines. It's an old, like, Saharan gulag prison, dude. We were trying to find old prison. Just absolutely hellish. Yeah, I mean, what are you going to run to, dude? There's nothing. There's Agargot. That's nothing. I don't even know why it's written down here. There's so, like, do you see how much nothing is around Tau Denny? The ancient salt mine of Tau Denny. Worst geoguesser ever. Yeah, you just get northern Mali. I mean, to be honest, you don't want to be getting Mali on much anything. Why are we looking at salt prisons in the Sahara? Because it's one of that and probably my other favorite thing is there's this Korea-Russia friendship house on the Russia-North Korea border that has reviews. It has 70 reviews. Most of them are like memes from fellow explorers of Google Maps. During my stay at the Friendship House, I felt a strong sense of warmth and community that made every moment memorable. From the welcoming atmosphere to the genuine connections I formed, it was a place where I could truly be myself. Whether it was sharing meals, engaging in conversations, or participating in activities, I always felt the deep sense of belonging. My time there hasn't been just about being in a space. It was about experiencing a place where friendship and compassion thrive. The grimy cots were especially comfortable. It was like going to Disneyland, truly the most magical place on earth. Don't try to go bridge jumping, though. I don't think the kind men with rifles like adrenaline junkies very much. 100% would go again. This is the Korea-Russia Friendship House on the border of Russia and North Korea. Should visit sometime. Yeah, out of all of my adventures on Google Maps, those are probably my favorite things to find. You go to like these sorts of, this is the bridge into North Korea, which I've always been really fascinated with North Korea. But this is a look into North Korea from Russia. I took a Korean history class in college, so something I get super into. Booking my flights right now? I mean, it sounds pretty great, doesn't it? Did that person go over the bridge? Man, there's a lot of pictures of this bridge, dude. Now, Google Maps is such a cool repository for just jumping into various parts of the world. Hidden Grounds? Friendship House FC, dude. That's it. We're going to go make a Hidden Grounds about Friendship House FC. I played for the deer leader. Now, I'm pretty sure they're not letting tourists in anymore. Oh, yes. This dude's bringing the heat right there. Okay. A lot of... Dude brought the whole family. We love that. Tourist attraction. Go look at North Korea. Try not to fall in the water, I guess. Oh, we're in April. The Sim's almost done. Yeah. Russia borders North Korea. And it borders... I guess you could say Georgia. What would be the weirdest thing that it borders? Latvia, Finland, Estonia. Goes all the way from North Korea to the Baltic. Oh, Norway. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. The Petsamo region. Now it goes all the way from North Korea to Norway, which is pretty insane. Oh, Poland. Yeah, because of this. The Kaliningrad exclave. Words. Does it touch any South-named countries? No, that would be funny, though. Dude. Bro, the roads that just popped up on China... I've been to Iceland 3 times, actually. So I don't need to look at Iceland on a map. I've actually been there. Third simulation. Oh, dude, Man City's winning the title, aren't they? We're getting pretty consistent returns on the fact that Villa and Crystal Palace are good. Leeds, Fulham, Wolves. Sunderland survived again. They've only been relegated one of the 3 sims right now. Yeah, Leeds is in trouble. They've now been relegated twice after their 11th place finish. Manchester United has failed to finish in the top 8 in all 3 simulations. Oh, the torture is not over. Tierno Berry was the second leading goal scorer, with Emi Buendia leading the league in assists. Ederson had the most clean sheets by a mile in a 99-point performance for City. Yeah. Yeah, they're doing all right. They're doing all right. All righty, kids. What is Nathaniel Klein doing in top assists? Crystal Palace is balling, dude. They've finished top 8 they finished top 7 all 3 simulations. United's now been higher than 9th. Oh, I didn't save it up. That's pretty wild. Oklahoma. Yeah, this is like a really hardcore country rock song, basically. And on a wind and rain. I have not been to Israel, Jerusalem, the Middle East at all. I've never been to that part of the world. I have never been to sub-Saharan Africa or South America. Those are the big oversights in my travel history. I have been to China. I spent a month in China. I've been to Australia and New Zealand. I have not done Southeast Asia, South Asia, Middle East, Sub-Saharan Africa. I did Morocco. And I have been basically everywhere in here. Europe and I go way back. Including Iceland, which if you've never been, unreal country. You fly in over here, this is where everybody lives, and then you can drive the ring road. You literally drive a circle around the country. That's what I would recommend. I have not been to Greenland, no. I've flown over it a bunch. Because you kind of like... So I've seen it out my window. A lot. Yeah. Roadrunner someday. Thank you for the 37 months. Now, I've been to Hungary. I've been to Greece. I've not really been in here. I haven't done Croatia, Albania, Serbia, Bosnia. I've done Hungary, Slovakia, Czechia, Austria, Liechtenstein, Switzerland, Italy, Monaco, France, Spain, Portugal, Gibraltar, Belgium, Netherlands, all this, including Finland. I haven't been to the Baltic, and I haven't been, like, Romania, Bulgaria. I haven't been over here. I haven't been to Poland. I don't think I've ever been to Poland. Oops. And of course, I've been all up in here. I mean, I grew up in Florida, so right there. Tampa, Florida. I have been all over here. Ever been to Hawaii? Yeah. No real point to go when you're from Florida, to be honest. I mean, it's a different type of ocean, but like I'm from the beach vacation spot in the U.S., and you basically go to Hawaii just to, like, beach and surf and stuff. It's just so much farther away than just going home. Love to see you in Malta one day. Yeah, it would be neat. Such a historical island. And I am a whore for walking around castles all day. And I went to Tangier in Morocco. I didn't get down to Casablanca or Rabat. But I spent a day in Tangier. That's the only time I've been on the African continent. But you can see from Gibraltar, by the way. Like, if you're in Gibraltar on the mountain, you can see the Atlas Mountains down here. I went to Malta in grade 12. Now, I would love to go to every country in the world, dude. I would love to go to every country in the world. China was probably the coolest. It's just so different. It's so incredibly different. Yeah, I've been to Denmark a couple times. I don't know if I've been over here, like to the mainland, but I've definitely spent a lot of time in Copenhagen. I went to the Gibraltar team, played in Copenhagen. That was the last time I was there. I wanted to go to North Korea, but my mom stopped that. I wanted to go. I was going to do a study abroad in China and then visit North Korea while I was there, probably. But this is like another Zealand lore drop while we wait for the sim. I went to the University of Virginia, and University of Virginia is where Otto Warmbier went. And he was like a friend of a friend. Like, I knew who he was. And then he's the kid that, of course, went to North Korea and then just got put in a work camp and died. So my mom, understandably, was like, maybe you shouldn't do that. I was like, valid. But I mean, that's how life goes. I ended up doing a study abroad at Oxford instead. And that ended up being an amazing experience. So I had no issue with that. I knew I wanted to do a study abroad for that whole summer session. And I was going to do it in China, but then I just did it in Oxford. Yeah, Oxford was really, really nice. I went to Univ College. I took classes in history and political science. Yeah, check that off your Zealand bingo. Oxford study abroad mentioned. I went to Univ College. I actually went back when we went to Taunton. We stopped and I talked to the porter and he let me in the ground and I got to look around and reminisce. It was cool. I had a piano in my room. Oxford's a weird place. Like a full piano just in my room. Ornstein dropped an essay update. Where's he going? Had I learned Chinese? Yeah, I don't know if I would have learned Chinese in 3 months, but it was an English language internship. Is Arsenal first right now? Oh, yeah, I've been to Mexico, yeah. I haven't really done the rest of Central America, though. I haven't been to, like, Salvador, Honduras, Panama, Costa Rica. I haven't really done that. Essay to Arsenal? How much? The Newcastle job's available. We've had 3 sims. Man City has been the top of all 3 sims. £55 million. Have I been to Cork? Yep. I've been to Cork. I got walked an hour through Cork, like through the dock area. I was walking from like the hotel to some place I was trying to get to. It was like an hour and a half walk through just the roughest part of town. It was pretty wild, actually. Kind of ruined my opinion of Cork. As a Floridian, do you speak Spanish? Un poco. I understand it better than like speaking. If you're going to ask me to keep up a conversation in Spanish, I can't do it. But if I'm standing in the bodega and 2 people are talking in Spanish, I'll have a general idea what they're talking about. I'll be able to pick up on like the words. Spanish stream win. Now, Floridian Spanish is all messed up because a lot of people in Florida will speak in Spanish and English at the same time. So it's not really like a clean line, you know, and there'll be some signs that are kind of in Spanish, kind of in English. It's more of just, it's like there's this language that's being developed and like 200 years from now, it'll be considered an official language that is this weird Caribbean combination of Spanish and English. Spanglish, yeah. I mean, I would hope they could come up with a cooler name than that. Did Man City win for the 4th straight time? No! Chelsea! 98 points from Chelsea. Oh, baby. Crystal Palace in 17th. It's a disaster. Nottingham Forest has been relegated again. Wolves is in trouble. Sunderland had 14 points the whole season. United is still not finished top 8. Tottenham, Bournemouth, Brentford, Villa's top 4. Villa's clearly good. Wow. Chelsea takes the first league title for a team that's not Man City. Outrageous. Preposterous. Wow. That was a weird one. Everything except for Man United kind of changed. Nottingham Forest is bad again. Bournemouth is good again. Brentford woke up and got a European place before Manchester United did. And Crystal Palace with a monster fall off, dude. Absolutely massive fall off. All right. Run it back, baby. Run it back. What was I talking about? I don't remember. Liverpool, Man City, and Villa all guaranteed top 5. That is what we've learned. That is, I mean, I think Arsenal's been top 5 every time. I think. Hosty, thank you for the 4 years. Oh, that's a hello milestone. Wales the Giant. All right, we're going to open up all four. So first one is Liverpool, Man City, Villa, Crystal Palace. Yeah, Arsenal's top 5, I think, in every one of these. They're 5th, 2nd, 5th, and 5th. So Arsenal hard stuck 5th. Was Chelsea top 5 in every one of them? No, Chelsea was 6, 4, 3, and then 1. They're making progress. They're gaining ground. That's what you love to see. It's my favorite New York City borough. Probably Manhattan. Outside of Manhattan, I would say the Bronx. I feel like I'm in New York when I'm in the Bronx. I really like the personality of the Bronx. It brings it. I don't spend as much time as I should there, but like the Bronx. Manhattan just gives you that whoa feeling, you know? Whatever the answer, it's not Staten Island. So, yeah, whatever the answer is, it is not Staten Island. I can guarantee it's not Staten Island. My favorite New York borough is Hoboken. All right, calm down. Calm down there, Buster. The best parts of New York are all the parts of New York not in New York City. Yeah, I mean, there's 2 New Yorks. There's New York City and the surrounding suburbs, and then there's New York State, which is a completely different place. Now, I mean, New Jersey is closer to New York City than Staten Island is, than... I mean, New Jersey, like... Where's the Google Maps? Get it out. Get out the Google Maps. Okay. So, New York, right? These are like restaurants that I've tagged on my account. Okay. New York is Manhattan's an island right here. Okay. This is Brooklyn. This is Queens. This is the Bronx, right? Because there's a river up here. You know what I'm saying? River up here. This is Staten Island down here. This is New Jersey, right? So New Jersey's on one side, Brooklyn and Queens are on the other. It's really just as close as any other part, and far closer than Staten Island, which is down here. And this is technically part of New York. I don't know how they got that as a deal. I have no idea. And then this is Long Island, which is quite long. And it is an island because it comes all the way through, and then there's the East River, and then it comes kind of back, right? So this is Long Island. This is the Hudson River, which goes all the way up to Canada. Yeehaw, Montreal, how you doing? What can you say about North New York State? Meth. Your girlfriend's going to Cornell or Ithaca College or whatever. Ithaca's down here. Northern New York State. So basically, like, once you get clear of... So you can see, like, the shape of the states, this little dotted line. Once you kind of get clear of here, then you get into upstate New York. It's actually beautiful. These are the Finger Lakes. It's a gorgeous area, right? You've got a couple of the Great Lakes. There's Buffalo. There's Syracuse, where I went to graduate school. So I lived in Syracuse for a year up here. 5 hours away from New York City on the roads. Then Utica. Albany is the capital of New York. Albany is over here on the same river. But that's actually, New York City is not the capital of New York State. Albany is the capital of New York State, which is kind of funny. Upstate New York is Middle America. It is Middle America. Yeah. There is no trace of New York City in Syracuse. It is part Middle America, part New England, The leaf change in the Catskills is one of the... these mountains are gorgeous. The leaf change in the Catskill Mountains is spectacular. It's like one of the best places for the changing leaves in the world. Like if you're thinking of colonial America, right, that you're going to be getting Catskills. I have been there. That's weird. Must be some famous waterfall thing. I've definitely been there. Yeah, it's like this is basically what it looks like everywhere in there. Is that your photo? Yeah, no, I don't think so. You just stand on ridges and look at rolling green hills that change color. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah, brother. Oh, what is this? What is this 25-second video with my homie right here? Give me to the dude. Oh, with the pan? Yes, my boy Lobsang Patala. Hiking the Catskills in 2021. That is some rugged tourism right there, brother, if you're getting up to the Catskills. I love the slow pan to my boy Lobsang, too. Like, look at this amazing view. And then he's just there cheesing. Lobsang! Yes, my favorite Google reviewer of the Catskills, Lobsang Patala. Yeah, it's a pretty area. If you ever, I mean, I don't know why you would ever get up to the Catskills, but if you ever do, it's real pretty. New channel emote for Lobsang win. Do you work on it? Have I done Storm King yet? What's Storm King? Did you know a Revolutionary War boat was found under the World Trade Center? Damn, really? All right, Sim's almost done. We'll leave our boy Lobsang to his mountain. Ignored? Oh, I didn't mean to ignore you. Any possibility of a video on the Polish league glow up and all the controversy? What's the controversy around the FA? I don't know. What's the controversy around the Polish FA? Storm King's an art park up the Hudson. Bro, you want to know the wildest art park I've ever seen? Let me see if I can find it. Because I've been all over Sweden. Let me see if I can find this. What island is it on? Is it over here? No. I'm in like search this area. It's on one of these weird islands in Sweden. And it scared the hell out of me. Tjorn. I think I was in the right area. Yeah, I was in the right area. Where is it? I've been there. I've literally stood on this rock and had this view. I get around. I'm a pretty hardcore traveler. Where is the dang head, dude? What's it called? Peelan Sculpture Park. This thing scared the hell out of me. There it is. Bro, this giant head is just like, you can see this from so far away. And you're just like walking around and there's I need to find a picture of it from far away. It scared that. Like, look at this. Look at how far away this person is, and there's just this giant head. And at first you're like, is that real? Are we being invaded by giants? It's just a head statue. But you can see it from so far. Like, you're down in the valley and you're like, wait. I mean, somebody's got to have a nice picture of this. It's part of a sculpture park. But you're actually just walking around and you're like, yeah, I don't know. I wish they had pictures from farther away. Because this kind of does it justice, but you can see it from so much farther away than that. And it takes your brain a minute to be like, is that a giant? Yeah, like this. This is the sort of view I would be getting. You're like on a hike or something, and then there's just this giant marble head. Oh, we're done. We're done. How tall is it? Very. But what you don't realize is that it's only the head. I thought it was like a whole body with it. But it's just this giant head staring at you. Wherever you are on that entire island, I'm pretty sure you can see it. It's just this, it's ridiculous. It's at like the highest point right behind the ridge. All right, who won? Arsenal's finally done it! Manchester United mid-table in all 5 sims. Crystal Palace down in 13th. Everton finally gets relegated. Sunderland mudded. City all the way down in 5th. Brighton finally got Europe. Liverpool got Champions League because they won a European competition, but they finished 8th. Leeds survived. Leeds and Burnley survived. And Sunderland had survived twice, but when they get relegated, it goes horribly. It took 5 sims, and we finally got an Arsenal victory. Nice. All right, save. So now if we open that one, we've got all 5 ready. So what do we know for sure? Man City is a real threat. They won the first 3 simulations. It's what they do. Liverpool finished 2nd and 3rd and 2nd and 3rd and then 8th. I'm telling you, though, Aston Villa 3rd, Aston Villa 6th, Aston Villa 4th, Aston Villa 4th, Aston Villa 4th. Aston Villa might be the best team. Nottingham Forest, Sunderland, Burnley relegated. Leeds, Sunderland, Wolves relegated. Sunderland survives with a raucous 14th place. You know what's amazing? I think Sunderland and Wolves are tied at 4 relegations apiece in 5 simulations. Oh no, Wolves. Nottingham Forest gets the biggest swing because Nottingham Forest has been 19th in a simulation, and they have also been 7th. They have 12 positions swing. They have been 7th and in Europe as well as 19th. Which is insane. Then, of course, Crystal Palace has been 4th, 5th, 7th, and then they fell off. They were in 17th. I mean, actually, it's Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace has been 4th and 17th. That's a 13 position gap. So Crystal Palace has a boom potential here, but they could also be bad, is what we've learned. Palace are dependent on Wood outperforming his XG. It's pretty standard. Danielle Mallon and Ollie Watkins both being there is pretty wild, but Andre Onana, second in clean sheets in the league once again. Unstoppable beast. But by far, for me, the most remarkable thing we have discovered in these 5 simulations is that Manchester United 11th, 10th, 9th, 10th. Manchester United is doomed. Doomed. They got into Europe once because they eked an FA Cup in extra time against Liverpool, but they have not finished in a top 8 European League position qualifying spot in any of the 5 sims. The most hard stuck 11 to 9 in the table you could possibly be. Do. Man, Sunderland only won 2 games all year. They're already halfway there. All right, chat. I didn't realize how long it would take to sim it 10 times, so we ended up just simulating it 5 times. I thought it would be fun to mess around with and enjoy looking at. But that is where we are going to leave the stream today. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll have word of the day, but you won't follow the raid. We are going to raid. I think my brother is streaming, so we can just go ahead and raid him. He is. My brother is streaming. So we'll just go ahead and raid my brother. You can keep the Football Manager vibes going. He's playing a good journeyman save. And we'll see what he's up to. I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to have some fun things planned. I just wanted to, since the Premier League season had kicked off, I wanted to see what Football Manager thought. Thanks to Passion for FM for making a good database. And thank you guys for hanging out today. I enjoyed the vibes. I enjoyed being back. Donate to Team Water if you have not already. If you've got a spare $5, that can give 5 different people clean water for a year. We are part of the group of creators Mr. Beast recruited to help raise $40 million for Team Water. So anything you have helps out a lot there. Outside of that, have fun with Adler. I'll be back on tomorrow. Bodo Glimt's already up 1-0. Nice! I mean, it's, Bodo Glimt for the Champions League title. I believe wholeheartedly. Okay. Bye, guys. Have a good one. See you tomorrow. Get your copy pasta ready and throw it around. Adler will enjoy it. All right, word of the day for the hardy YouTube folk and the VOD watchers.
Salient.
Salient, S-A-L-I-E-N-T. Something described as salient is very important or noticeable. The assignment was to write down the most salient points made in the article. One salient feature of the band's music is the variety of different genres it incorporates into a singular sound. All right, see you at the end of another stream for another word of the day.